Good morning, YouTube. My name is Candace, and I am a counselor in training. Um, I am not licensed. I will be completing my degree in May, and I will be following up with my licensure. Um, so, the point of this video is to um, create a safe place, a YouTube place, a YouTube channel where you can come and you can be safe and you can get therapy. And my whole mission is I wanted to reach out to people who have been dealing with battles I have went through or I haven't been through, but I can relate to. And I can hear, I can comprehend, I can understand, I can work through with you. Um, Reach back to those, and particularly African Americans. It's very tough to reach my culture. It's such a stigma for us to go to therapy, for us to go to counseling. It's a stigma for us to ask for help. We have a big support system, some, not all. We have a village who's raised us. We have church. We are Baptist. We are Christian. We are Catholic. We are so many different things, so many religions, and only we know how different we are. However, we are very similar. Um, we've all been through things as humans. We've all dealt with them or have not. And this is what I want to work on. Like, it's so hard to reach my culture. We don't want to go to therapy. We're not looking to go to therapy. We're worried about what would people say, what would people think. And let me stop that there, because my story is I go to counseling as a counselor in training. And I just go for stress. I go for stress. I go to help my stress load. And it's very helpful for someone to put your thoughts together for you when your mind is racing. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I need some help in some form to put, put my thoughts together, to help with my stress, to help me feel better about a situation. There is nothing wrong with that. You are not weak. We are seen as weak for asking for help, for not be able to keep it together. And that's so far from the truth. There's nothing wrong with that. So what I've decided to do is bring this to YouTube. Bring counseling to YouTube. Counseling is a span of your whole lifespan. It is not what is wrong with you, it's what happened to you. And there's so many things that went wrong in society that we have come from that. What happened to you? Everyone has a story, and that story shapes who we are today. So I want to tell you my story. I first went to counseling, and it was pretty much over some advice that my internship supervisor gave me. And I said, hey, it can't be anything. I'm sorry, guys, I'm at home. It cannot be anything that turns out to be, well, it can harm anything, is what I'm saying. So I went ahead and I went. And I have been going since. I don't mind speaking about it. But the funny story is, when I actually went the first day, there was a guy. And he saw me coming out the office. And the first thing he said to me is, "Are you okay?" Which I'm very appreciative. I'm glad there was someone to step up and step in if needed. However, there goes that stigma. Oh, okay, you're not okay because you're going to counseling. And that is so far from true. Okay? You can be okay and go to counseling. You don't need to have a death or a traumatic experience to go to counseling. There are a lot of people who just, let's say, teenagers, who are just looking for attention, who are looking for reassurance on who they are, who are looking for acceptance for who they are. And it's good for everyone in every group. It's good for children with play therapy. It's good for adults. So my whole plan is to bring YouTube to you. You don't have to worry about going um, to your school. You don't have to worry about going to an office or who's looking at you coming out the office or your name on the list, because that's a big concern for us. That's a big concern for our culture. And I know one of the ways that I can reach our culture, particularly my age group, millennials, is YouTube. So I want to bring this to you, and it's not going to be something individual as of now, and I recognize that. So it may not reach everyone, but if I can reach one person, that's my goal. It's not going to be any charge. This is for you. And we're going to do topics that I have come across in my experience of internship and my experience of class and my experience of living. What I want to do is bring my education so far, my clinical judgment, my experience as a person, as a human, as going through things, and bring it together. Bring it together for the channel. That's my plan. And I'm not going to always explain theory. I'm not going to always explain the techniques I'm using. I'm not going to always use, I'm not going to just bore you with words. But just know that what I'm doing is from my experience. It's from my education. It is from my experience as a human. And that is how I plan to reach. That's how I plan to reach. So this is just a journey. And it's nice to meet you. And if you want to be a part of it, that's fine. But I do want to put a disclaimer here that I am still a student in training. And also that this may not work for everyone. It may not. It may reach you and it may not. And that's okay. And what counseling is, I just kind of want to explain that. What counseling is, it's not something that you're going to come and you're going to get advice and, oh, I'm going to fix your life. That's not counseling. What counseling is we're going to focus on you. We're going to focus on the goals you want to focus on. We're going to focus on self-awareness, self-love, self-fulfillment. And I don't want to say that that's counseling, but let's just say that's the area that I'm going for with this channel. So yeah, with that being said, with the disclaimer being said, with the where I'm coming from being said, with my mission of why I'm so passionate about trying to reach out to my community, the Black community, which is very hard as far as staying in counseling, getting in counseling, based on what we've grown up with our religion, with our family, with our stigma, with our stereotype, with the things that America's, what's going on with America, where you are turning on your TV and you're seeing hopelessness. You're seeing lack of resources. But I want this to be one of the resources. There are resources. There are just so many things that we don't even know that's in our community. And that's the reason that I am pushing and advocating and wanting to just take this a step farther for us. And even if you're not African American, even if you're not Black, or however you want to identify yourself, feel free to watch the channel. I'm not discriminating on anyone or anything. And let's take this journey together. And like I said, I will be doing several topics. I will be keeping it short, straight, and to the point. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. and let's get this thing on the road. I believe it's time. I really want to reach and help and come back to where it started from. A lot of people lose that. So I'm excited, guys. See you soon.